City Series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Doran Becker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree.
What's up, everybody? It's Sneakerhead M-Checks. I got the 2025 Ferrari 14s releasing Saturday, June 14th. So as usual, we're going to take a close detailed look at the shoe from all angles. I'm going to put these on and step around them so y'all can see they look on feet. After that, I'm going to share my opinion on the shoe, and then I'm going to talk about release predictions, how they compare to the original pair, reselling predictions, and all that stuff. So let's get right to it. Suede feels nice and smooth, pretty responsive to contact. Black laces and tongue. And you got the yellow Jordan up here and the little thing in between to create that Ferrari color combination, that red Ferrari. I always thought this part right here was supposed to be like a tire pattern because that's really what it looks like. I read somewhere that it was supposed to represent the engine. I'm not really sure which is true, but tires seem more logical to me just based on the location. Like they're literally on the front side and, you know, the back sides of the shoe. If anything, I could see this part right here, this silver part, being the engine, and, you know, the part with the tire looking pattern being the tires. Red upper, red suede upper. Yellow Jumpman logo here in this diamond-like shape. Really gives them the Ferrari resemblance. We got the smooth upper here. No lines on these like some of the other 14s have. The inner sides are really plain on the upper. You know, no logo here and no lines over here. There's just mad red real estate up here. But fortunately there's enough going on down here on the midsole to kind of make up for that. But yeah, that upper's pretty plain. And here's the angle I would say these look the best from. They got a nice front view too, but not as nice as it is back here. Looking like an Atlanta Hawks jersey. All black interior, usual 14 Roman numeral here on the back side of the tongue. Silver metal lace tips with the Jumpman on them. And then here in the left shoe, they have this new color contamination warning tag. It says, please note, due to the suede characteristic, please be aware there is potential color contamination to the upper and bottom unit. And the insoles are black with a white Jumpman logo. Here's the outsole, mostly black. The silver part here in the middle looks nice. Red Jumpman. Got this little 14 Roman numeral thing right here. They come in this OG 14s and 13s box. Pretty plain all around. They got a little sign down here. Right here, but yeah, y'all seen this before. Plenty of retros will come in this as well. Here on the inside, they have this white paper, and then this extra paper under it was the paper that the shoes came wrapped in. You know, when they like wrap the shoes up individually, you know, like this, or like a gift. That's becoming like a regular thing now, I guess, because we're seeing more and more releases come wrapped like that. And here's the box label: Air Jordan 14 Retro in Challenge Red and Black. Here's a quick all-around view of the shoe. I know, see they look on feet.
I've been debating on what I should wear, the raging both of these 14s. Regardless of which one I pick, I'm dripping in red, my fit like a nosebleed. Like R&B music is on at a party, a lot of y'all grind at a slow speed. I am an animal, I'ma keep wildin' cause I gotta drive like a stampede. She wanna link cause we popular, if it happens I'm plotting on popping her. I might let her pull her, but time is money, if she ain't attending I'm clocking her. But now she back.
I always thought the execution on these was immaculate. Overall, I was never that crazy about them, but the way they turned a Ferrari into a pair of 14s is so tough. Obviously Obviously, they could have thrown these colors on any silhouette, but I feel like the 14s was the perfect model. Not that the 14s alone look like a car in any way, but I think it's really this side view. One thing, like I mentioned earlier, I always felt like this part right here kind of resembled like a tire pattern, but I feel like what really does it is this shape around the Jordan logo right here. Like if you look at this Ferrari logo, the shape of it is pretty similar. So when they make this yellow surrounded by red, and you got a tire looking pattern down here, to me it makes them look a lot like this Ferrari 550 Maranello, which happens to be the Ferrari model that was said to have inspired these. So yeah, I think the 14s was a great idea for this colorway, and they did a really good job in making them resemble a Ferrari. Now if they really wanted to OD, they could have made the upper like patent leather or something a little bit more like slick, like a car exterior, but patent leather on these actually would have been horrible, so good thing they went with the suede. The yellow with the red and black is definitely a fire combination, but sometimes I think like, what if these didn't have yellow and they were just like red suede with black? Like looking at them from right here, y'all kind of get what I'm saying? Like I like the yellow in here, you know what I mean? It gives it a nice little twist. It opens it up to matching with different things, but like, can y'all imagine like I guess this would be like a Raging Bull 14 or like you get what I'm saying? Like those would be crazy, but at the same time, obviously that wouldn't go with the Ferrari theme as well, so it wouldn't really work for these. But even if they were to do that and give them a different name, appearance wise, those would be tough. But yeah, these are cool. There's a look-see sample pair from 2014 that I definitely like better. I don't know why they didn't release them like that. These are nice, but those samples go crazy. I actually wish they would have released those instead. I remember when these first came out in 2014 and people went crazy over them, and I didn't really understand why. Like they were cool, but I don't know. I mean, like I said before, I like the concept, great execution, they're a nice looking shoe, but I didn't think they were all that people were making them out to be. Like these were hype, and I had never seen that type of energy for a Jordan 14 before. Ever. To be honest, to this day, I still haven't seen a pair of 14s get the amount of hype that these had. So I know there's a lot of people who wanted them back then but weren't able to get them, and so now here's another chance. I know there's also people who did get them back then but maybe got rid of them for whatever reason, and now you want them again. Or maybe you still got them and you still want these for whatever reason. Those of y'all who are more used to and familiar with the 2014 release, y'all might be a little disappointed in the upper if you haven't noticed already. When you have nothing to compare it to, I think it looks fine. It's a nice, pretty shade of red, but if you look at the 2014 pair, they got a much deeper red on. And the suede might be a little thicker as well, but the main thing is the shade of red. Personally, I think these still look good. It's not major, but definitely a noticeable difference. But leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about that. But anyway, I've been hearing the stock numbers on these are supposed to be low. Y'all probably heard me say before that I'm always hesitant to believe rumors on stock numbers, but for these, I do believe that they will be a little limited. Because not as many people like 14s like that. I mean, I do, and I know plenty others do too, but not as much as some of the other Jordan models. I know there's a good amount of people who don't like 14s or don't rock with anything past 12 or past 13, so they're not everybody's cup of tea. And the way some Jordans sit nowadays, putting out a normal amount of stock for a pair like this would definitely have them sitting in stores and going on sale. Like look at how the black toe 14 sold. Them shits went for real. Not because that many people wanted them, but because they didn't make that many. Same thing with the 17s. You think that many people wanted to pay $300 retail for some 17s? Absolutely not. Jordan knew what they was doing there. They made them limited so that the smaller amount of people who did really want them could get them. And then when others who didn't initially want them see that they sold out, it creates that fear of missing out feeling. And now they want them too. Jordan brand's so smooth with the shit. They be making you want shit that you don't even like. It's really crazy when you think about it. But yeah, expect these to be limited. Probably similar to the way the black toe 14s were. They're not going to be as hype or as hard to get as they were the first time they came out, but I'm sure it's not going to be easy still. Make sure you enter all your raffles this week before they close, and make sure you're ready Saturday at release time. If you don't end up hitting for retail, unfortunately, you're probably going to end up having to pay close to like $300 for them. Maybe a little less if you waited out some, but no guarantee on that if they're going to be limited. Because not always, but a lot of the time, those be the ones that be retaining their value, even after a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But we'll see. Just don't sleep on them if you want them. If you're unsure about them, just buy them. If you get them at retail, you'll definitely be able to get your money back if you decide you don't want them later. Retail on these is going to be $215. I don't know if y'all heard, but Jordan and Nike are increasing the retail prices on sneakers again. They're all going up $5. So what would have released at $210 before is now $215. So these are going to be $215. Great Files is going to be $215 as well. I'm going to have my review out on those within the next couple of days, so make sure you check that out. Once it's done, I'm going to put a little link up there so you could just, tap that and go check it out. But yeah, $215 retail. Market right now is $300 plus in all men's sizes, and if these are limited like they say, I don't expect that price to drop much, if at all. A lot of times when there's a normal amount of stock being put out, around this time we'll see numbers start to go down unless the shoe is like extremely hype. Generally, we'll see the prices start to dip down a little bit, at least up until release time. Then maybe after they release, they come out. But with these, because they're limited, people know what's up, and they're not going to be as flexible on the price, knowing that there'll be less people selling them. So yeah, I don't think these are gonna like go down in value to the point where they're bricks or close to bricks. I mean, They could, but I don't think they will. So resellers are gonna have a field day with these. Probably not worth holding, but the initial opportunity cost in doing so wouldn't be as high due to the fact that market's probably not gonna drop the way it does for a lot of other releases after a few weeks. But either way, you'll probably get the best dollar amount for your time by flipping them right away. But yeah, if you want these, I'm wishing you the best of luck and get them in your size for retail. If this was helpful in any way or taught you anything, I really appreciate it if you liked the video. And if you're interested in more early reviews like this or any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Once you're subscribed, make sure you tap that little bell icon where the subscribe button was and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you get notified and you won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.